I have kids like asking me often, like, what's the best advice to like get recruited? Is it like just sending a bunch of emails, or is it just like playing, in the best games that you can, whatever that be, or play for the best team that
I
you
think
can?
it's who you're trying to get recruited by.
Yeah.
Division I, they need to see you play.
Yeah.
Unless you just somehow show the craziest video, which I could list guys that happened. I don't know. Did you play Blake Smith?
Yeah.
So Blake Smith sent this video, and Blake Smith was from a small town outside San Antonio, and I was like, who is it? Wow.
Yeah.
Like crazy stuff. And
like doing backflips.
Yeah, just like you knew like this kid was, and we said, then I wanted to see him play, and he came to a camp, and there's a couple guys like that just, their video was just wild.
Yeah.
And you said, wow.
But in his case, he wasn't fooling you. He showed up and you saw that, right? Or
yeah. He was good.
Yeah.
He was good. But like once again, though, he was a guy who was a different level athlete.
Yeah, he was a freak athlete.
Yeah, I think he like at the MLS Combine, he was like one of the highest rated guys.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he's a great athlete.
They ranked him as like in the top 3 of like overall athlete, like with all the markers that they hit. Yeah.
Yeah. So. But like, so I think though for like Division III and Division II and NAIA, I think a lot of their recruiting's off video.
Yeah.
So you got to have great video for sure. Yeah. And then it makes a big difference if you have a coach that people really listen to. And that's hard.
A youth coach?
Yeah, like who's placed other players. Like it's very different. Yeah. And I'd always talk to some kid's coach. And the first thing, and I don't really want to hear he has to validate his opinion. So I'd say like, well, where have players that you coached, where did they go on to play? Right? Now, if he says, oh, well, I coached this kid who went to UCLA and this guy at Maryland and this guy at Virginia and Duke, and yeah, this guy's just as good, I'll listen a little bit. But if it's just, well, I really haven't coached any college players, I didn't play at the highest levels, but I just know he's good enough, I go, no, you don't know.
That makes sense.
And that's a pretty common thing, right?
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize, I don't think you had a personal relationship with my youth coach, but my youth coach had a personal relationship with a number of schools.
What was his name?
Brian Walls.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was in the mix, and then,
there is value in that.
And Moss then went and saw you play a bunch. And but he was like, he had coached top players. He knew the game.
Yeah.
And I think he was probably pretty honest with his assessment.
But he was placing kids because he had a lot of relationships with college coaches. Yeah.
So that's another hard one here that there's not many coaches that kind of have that ability just to open doors based on their recommendation.
Yeah, that's